You. What's going on? Okay, whatever. Fuck the intros because it's not working. I don't know what's going on right now.
Yeah, we are having some extreme technical difficulties tonight, people. Work with us.
Are we?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I don't know if Brendan's still in here. I don't think he is, but Puka, I would. Until
Yeah, until Cooper Cup comes back. I mean, sure. Why not?
Yeah. No, for real.
Well, welcome everyone after the huddle. Hold on real quick before I do this intro.
Sure. What happened?
Oh, no. I'm just...
Whenever y'all do get on, if y'all are on here, just give us some time because technical difficulties are our ass right now. I can end it and start over if we want to do that.
Nah, we good.
All right. Well, whenever you're ready, I'm ready.
Yep. Let's go. All right. All right. We golden, pony boy.
All right, cool.
Where you at? I don't see you on screen.
Hold up.
All right, there we go. All right. Welcome everyone after the huddle. Here we are again. Week 2 in the books.
Yep.
I'm not too surprised at some of the outcomes of the games and and the things that happened.
We had our first 2 overtime games.
Yeah, and you know what the funny thing about that is that both of those games that went into overtime was on my parlay. Both of them. I picked the Chargers -2.5, and I picked Detroit money line. I picked Detroit money line, and both of them lost in overtime, bro. I was pissed. Of course, everything else hits.
I mean, you can't do anything.
Yeah, that's just the way it goes. But week 2, like I said, in the books. Some surprises, some not surprises. I tell you, what we talked about. This was a banner that we had saved from last week. Okay, this is a banner that we talked about last episode, and sure enough, Denver goes in, throws a Hail Mary, gets it off of like 3 bounces, gets the Hail Mary, but then the 2-point conversion happens.
I don't want to talk about Miami yet.
Miami does look pretty good. I know he don't want to talk about it, but Tua is leading the league in passing yards, but he did have like 400 and something in his first week, so it's kind of hard to top that performance in the first 2 weeks. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes with 2 weeks in.
Mac Jones is top 10 in passing rating.
Yeah, see, and that won't finish the season like that. So
no, but he's first in. I think he's first in completions and attempts.
Probably, I wouldn't doubt that.
Yeah, he's up there right now, which is surprising. We'll save all that for Sunday night.
But Denver, bro. What is going on in Denver? Not only that, you played really well in the first half, and then you let Washington score. They dropped 35 points on that defense.
What was the last time Washington scored 35?
Your guess is as good as mine, bro. I couldn't tell you.
I don't think they scored 35 last year.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I mean, what is going on? They were getting carved up. Brian Robinson, 2 touchdowns, like 89 yards. I was like, yo, what's going on?
I'm giving Brian Robinson his flowers because after last year, bro, getting shot twice and then coming out to the Many Men song with 50.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
that
bro,
was great.
I love him.
That was
He's a
great.
great player.
That was great. But yeah, so you go down, you get like 3 bobbles on a Hail Mary pass. It gets complete.
And,
2-point conversion happens. Now let me ask you a question: is that pass interference?
I don't know. I didn't really see. I mean, I watched clips and everything, but I didn't really pay attention to the 2-point conversion. I was more in shock that they actually got the Hail Mary.
You were so in shock about the Hail Mary that you weren't even paying attention.
No, for real, because because I didn't watch the game. Like I thought Denver was winning at first.
I was whenever the Giants game went on commercial, I was flipping to the Washington game
But
because I already knew San Francisco was going to take care of the Rams. That was an easy.
Yeah, but yeah, dude. When they got the Hail Mary, I'm like, wow, they really got it. And then my thing is, they coach you on Hail Mary plays. They tell you
They do. Bat it down.
Bat
it down. Not try to pick it off. Not bat it up. Bat it down.
Yeah. I think the last Hail Mary they had completed was I think. No, I don't think it was that one. It might have been the Aaron Rodgers one, but the one I'm talking about was the Hail Mary with Cincinnati and Baltimore, where 3 Baltimore defenders tipped it up and AJ Green caught it in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I remember that play.
I mean, you gotta bat that shit down, dude.
I agree. I don't disagree with you. My thing is though, is that I saw it. I saw when the play happened. I watched the 2-point conversion. What I don't understand is are refs just never gonna call a flag on the last play of the game anymore? Like, because the audience saw it was pass interference. I saw it was pass interference. My father, who is a Washington fan, knows it was pass interference, but they didn't call it. He's also a referee, just like me. That was pass interference all day, and they didn't call it. And why didn't they call it? Because it's the last play of the game. I mean, yes, you don't know what happens on the next play if they get it or not. I mean, it's a 1 yard. They'll probably most likely get it, but you don't know. Still, it's still pass interference at the end of the day. And they should have had another play. But they didn't. But this starts off with Denver giving up that lead that they had. Because they had a lead. And Washington took it right back from them, was up by 8 with seconds left. You got a lucky Hail Mary bomb. And then what next? It's a flag. That's not called. And we talk about this all the time. We talk about this all the time on here about how one play doesn't dictate a game. Yes. Can it hurt you when a flag is not called? Absolutely. Absolutely. We've seen it for years. When the flag is not called and it should be a flag, what do, Jared? You throw the damn flag, okay? You throw the flag. It doesn't matter if it's the last play of the game. It doesn't matter if it's the first play of the game. That was pass interference all day long. And the defender even knows it. You throw the flag. Because that is uncalled for how a game is going to end like that. A game ended like that.
Yeah. We had 2 games with overtime. We had a game end on a Hail Mary.
Yeah,
like we already said, the game can't end on a defensive flag.
Yeah, they would have had another play if they throw that pass interference call. They're going to get it at the 1 yard line, the half-yard line, 1.5 yard line, something like that, and then they're going to probably punch it in for 2 points, and it's going to go into overtime.
Yep.
But my main thing is that I don't know why Denver is playing the way they're playing. Like I said, they came out firing. They came out good on defense, good on offense, and then just fell off. I turned the channel, I'm watching the Giants come back because the Giants were down 20-0 going into half, ended up winning the game 31-28.
Oh, down 21, I think.
And we were down 20.
Okay.
But the thing about me is that when Washington was coming back, like Denver was still kind of in the game. They were hanging around.
Yep.
And you have an experienced head coach, an experienced quarterback. You have playmakers on the outside that can do something for you. You got a good running back in the backfield. What is going on? They need to get this right. I mean, I don't expect them to win their division. I don't expect them to go to the Super Bowl. But can you at least win these close games? You lost by a point week 1. You lose by 2 points in week 2. What are you gonna lose by 3 points in week 3?
Lose by.
I'll tell you what.
Losing by 1 first.
Let's just. But they lost by 1 in week 1. That's what I'm saying.
Never mind.
They lost by 1 in week 1. Lost by 2 in week 2. They're probably gonna lose by 3 next week.
Who do they play next week?
I couldn't tell you, but they'll probably lose by 3.
I mean, Denver's got to get right eventually, because you have a Hall of Fame coach and Sean Payton, who, I mean, won the Super Bowl with Saints and everything. He coached behind Parcells, so he's been part of a coaching tree. He knows what he's doing.
Oh yeah, it's just, for sure.
Can Russ be fixed? That's what it is. Can Russ be fixed?
Man,
because if you think about it,
I don't know if he can or not.
If you can't fix him, next year's class of quarterbacks is full of talent.
Yeah, but you're paying him so much money. Like $256 million, bro. That's a lot of money.
Oh yeah, it's not chump change.
For 5 years.
Yep, and you're only in year 2.
Like, what? And this man's getting paid a shit ton of money to go out there and win these type of games.
I will say this. Go ahead.
I was just about to say it was also on the defense though. The defense gave that shit away. They did. They you can't expect to have 35 points dropped on your head and win the football game. Then on top of that, you're not Kansas City. So
no, for real. You don't have 15 in the backfield to throw like how he's throwing. And plus Russell Wilson is not 2013 Russell Wilson.
He's not. Not by a long shot.
Right. He's become more pocket passer kind of sorta. When he used more, that's not his game. It's scrambling is his game.
Yeah, and he's gonna improvise and he's gonna try and make a play like that. But I'm telling you right now, bro, if Denver doesn't win next week, can Sean Payton really be on the hot seat 3 games into his first season? Like, is that going to be a new record?
I don't know.
He was. And that's what I'm saying. I don't really put so much that game on Russell Wilson, but at the same time, it goes to the quarterback. You're getting paid $256 million. But like I said, but you can't expect to win games where you get 35 dropped in your head. Yeah. It's just it's rarely going to happen.
And it's weird because you usually see Denver's defense playing better like that.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand where 35 from Washington and Sam Howell of all people came from.
I mean, but then again, is it Washington or is it
Eric Bieniemy's there now? You got that is true.
Eric Bieniemy last year, Kansas City was easily putting up 35 points. Fuck,
yep.
2 weeks they struggled to put up 25, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is a good jump. Let's go ahead and jump into these games, and we'll start off with this Washington game since we're already talking about it.
I mean, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong about that. I don't disagree. I mean, but at the same time, I mean, Wilson went 18 of 32, 308, 3 touchdowns and a pick. I mean, that's yards and TD, but like that's a little. What's that? 57 to 60% completion percentage. That's pretty good.
Right.
he did have like I said, he had a pick. They couldn't get a run game going. I mean, you figure Javonte Williams did have 56, and Russell Wilson had 56, but I mean, there really wasn't like pounding the rock. They only ran the ball 20 times, or 23 times. Sorry. So I mean, that's 6 carries for Wilson, 12 for Javonte Williams, 2 for Marvin Mims, who's a wide receiver. So they probably got him on some type of, jet sweep or something. Melvin Mims Jr. had a deep ball touchdown thrown to him. He only had 2 catches. He did have 113 yards off of those 2 catches, but they were both bombs. So, and then Sam Howell, though, 27 of 39, 299, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Bijan, why do I keep calling him Bijan? It's because I see the BJ. Brian Robinson Jr., 18 carries, 87 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's pretty good. He averaged almost 5 yards a carry there. There wasn't a lot of bombs from Sam Howell, but there was a lot of like short passes. Yeah, the methodically matriculating the ball down the field. You know what I'm saying?
Matriculating the ball down the field, boys.
So that was a lot of that. McLaurin also had a touchdown. It's good to see him get on the board for his first of the season.
Yeah.
Defense, their cornerback with the pick 6. That I forgot that interception was a pick 6.
You saw in the Washington game?
Yeah. That interception that Russell Wilson threw was a pick 6 by a rookie. It was Emmanuel Forbes. Yeah, it was Emmanuel Forbes by a rookie.
Him and Gonzo got picks last night.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. So, and then you had Joey Sly for Washington. Can't even make a fucking kick. He kicked 2 of 4.
Did he miss him or did they get blocked?
He missed him. One of the first one was so comical, bro. The way he missed it. It was so off target. There was
it was like,
yeah. It was so bad. It was so bad. So I mean, but you lost by 2. Like I said, Denver was up 21-14 going into halftime. And then they just fell flat. They fell flat. They scored 3 points in the third, and they had 3 points, a field goal in the fourth before that Hail Mary. So you scored 6 points while the opposition put up another 21. Put up 14 in the first, 21 in the second half. And your offense didn't do shit.
For real. Javonte didn't really do anything. Jerry Judy's all, drop passes, getting hurt left and right.
And then they were terrible on third down, 33%, 4 of 12. That's terrible. They had 9 penalties for 58 yards. Terrible. 9 penalties is ass. They allowed 7 sacks from Washington. And I talk about it all the time. We talk about it, how Washington has if you're talking about the starters, not the depth, just the starters, Washington has the most complete front 4 in the league, bar none. Sounds like San Fran Chiefs Bowl, but the Chiefs have been looking lackluster.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, their defense keeps playing the way it's playing. They will go back because their defense is playing top tier right now. Yeah. First 2 games have been top tier against good offenses.
Whether Bieniemy's gone or not.
Yeah, their defense is playing well. And that's more to say about the defensive coordinator, who I could not tell you his name right now.
He was a head coach at one point. I can't remember his name.
I can't. Oh wait, it's Steve Spagnuolo.
No,
is Steve Spagnuolo still there?
That's the defensive coordinator. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot about Spags was over there for a second.
And then I can't remember who the OC is now.
And I don't know who the OC is either.
So.
But anyway, let's get to another game here. We had the Ravens outlast the Bengals 27-24. This was kind of like a go back and forth at first, but like the Ravens kind of jumped ahead, like 1 score above them, like 1 possession. And they couldn't ever, like the Bengals couldn't ever get over that 1 score hump. Right. And the Ravens just ended up really hanging on to this game.
It also
Lamar Jackson, 237, 2 touchdowns. Gus Edwards had a touchdown. Your boy, who you rag on all the time, Nelson Aguilar, 63 yards and a touchdown.
You
T. Higgins, I told you I like T. Higgins in this game. 8 receptions, 89 yards, 2 touchdowns. I told you I liked him in this matchup. I knew he was going to get some one-on-one looks that he was going to be able to take advantage of. Joe Mixon, 13 carries, 59 yards. He's been pedestrian these first few weeks. Joe also looking pedestrian. 27 of 41, 222, 2 touchdowns and a pick. What's going on with Burrow?
It's that fucking calf.
You think so?
Yeah, no, that's what they've been talking about. That's all they've been talking about now is that calf, and that when he tweaked his calf, because he even came out and said that he tweaked it again. And then the people on the radio, they were saying, yeah, we talked to former athletes and everything. They're saying, if you don't rest it, it's going to aggravate you the rest of the season. And then I've heard that, if they don't treat it the way they really need to treat it or whatever, he could end up like KD, where he popped his Achilles.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. They have to take care of him. I mean, they just paid him a whole bunch of money. He's your franchise guy. And the problem is the reason why they want him out there so bad to win these games is because they know that their Super Bowl window is right now.
Yeah.
It's right now. Because they're going to lose T. Higgins in the free agency next year, next offseason.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to replace that production.
Not all, next year or two.
What's that?
Mixon will probably leave within the next year or two.
That's what I'm saying. They don't have a high Super Bowl window. Then they can talk about how it's Joe Burrow. Your Super Bowl window is always going to be open with Joe Burrow. To an extent, it might be cracked, but it's never going to be as wide open as it is right now. The Chiefs are hurting right now. They're still winning games though.
What's really about to happen is they're going to have to pay Jamar Chase in a few years.
Exactly. Like a year or two. Yeah. He's got to get paid.
And they're already about to lose T. Higgins, and they're probably going to end up losing Tyler Boyd too.
Yeah.
One receiver.
And then you don't have a dynamic tight end. Your offensive line isn't that good. Your defense, I thought, would be better than what has played the last 2 weeks.
Yep. Cincinnati's really never been known for their defense, though.
I mean, I don't disagree, but you gave up 415 total yards to the Ravens.
Yeah, see, that's unacceptable.
That's ridiculous. 415 total yards?
Baltimore don't have a running back.
I mean, and they still had 178 yards rushing. Gus Edwards, 62. Lamar Jackson, 54. Justice Hill, 41. Duvernay even chipped in with 15.
How about Zay Flowers with that 50-yard catch?
Yo, that boy was shifty. Them Boston College boys don't play, huh?
I got him like 3 of my leagues, bro. I told you.
I mean, he had 4 catches for 62 yards. Mark Andrews, who ended up playing, we thought at first he wasn't going to play. That's one of the reasons why we chose the Bengals. But by the way, we tied in picks this week.
Wow.
Because I picked Pittsburgh and Miami, and you picked Cleveland. Yeah, you picked Cleveland and the Pats. But I missed out on the Jags. Oh wait, I take that back. I might have won this week.
I think I took KC.
Yeah, I know you took KC. I think that was the only 3 that we matched up differently on.
Yeah, we'll have to go back and look at it.
I can look, but I'm calling it a win for me because I can do that type of shit.
No.
But yeah, I mean, Lamar had, like I said, 237, 2 touchdowns. He only had 9 incompletions. That's pretty good. Just once again, just another team. 7 points in the first, 6 points in the second, 7 in the third, 7 in the fourth. See, and the Bengals, they scored 10 in the second. All right. But they didn't score any points in the first. And they couldn't get in that second half, they couldn't get over that hump. So, I mean, they got to find ways to win games. They're going to fall behind quick in that division. In that division, they're going to fall behind quick.
Yeah, because that division's starting to get wild now.
Yeah. Well, let's go to this overtime game. First overtime game that we had was Seattle versus Detroit. Seattle ended up winning 37-31. Geno Smith, 328 yards, 2 touchdowns on 32-41. He only had 9 incompletions on 41 passes. That's insane.
Didn't Walker have 2 touchdowns?
Walker had 2 touchdowns. He had 43 yards, 2 touchdowns. Metcalf chipped in with 75 yards receiving.
Ask me how I know how Walker had 2 touchdowns.
Oh, you went up against him, didn't you?
No, he was on my fucking bench.
That boy left a Seattle player on the bench against Detroit?
So,
tripping. Wild.
It's the keeper leagues. It's so hard to figure out how I want to play it because my running backs went. Listen to this, bro. Nick Chubb was my running back last night. Yeah,
Prayers up to Nick Chubb.
yeah,
I feel
bro.
so bad for him. Same knee too. Same knee
Oh man.
he tore up in college. It sucks. I feel so bad for the kid.
So I have Chubb, I have Stevenson, I have Josh Jacobs, Pacheco, Walker. So like it's been kind of hard to figure out who I wanted to play and everything.
Yeah.
So like, but now I'm gonna have to. So I had to drop fucking Chubb this morning. That hurt, dude.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good game. It was a really good game. Really good game if you watched it. Amara St. Brown, 6 catches, 102 yards. Dave Montgomery, he ended up getting carted off the field as well. 67 yards and a touchdown. Jared Goff, he only had 7 incompletions on 35 passes.
That's Jared
28 to 35. That's Jared Goff at home, but he did have that pick 6 though. That that ended the longest active streak for pass attempts without an interception in the NFL. It was Jared Goff, people. Believe it or not, it was Jared fucking Goff.
I'm pretty sure that was the end of the game too.
It was in the fourth quarter. I'll tell you that much right now.
Oh, so
I'm sitting there. It wasn't in overtime. I'm sitting there watching the game, bro, and I'm like, okay, Detroit has the ball. I got them on my ticket. I need them to go down there and get some points out this drive. And he gets kind of pressured a little bit in his face, and he throws a quick throw to the left, and it's kind of behind the receiver, and it went right to the defender. It went right to him, and he was gone. And I'm sitting there like, oh no, oh, my ticket slipped away. But then they brought it back to overtime, and I'm like, well, that works. I mean, as long as they win, I'm still in there. And then they lost, and then to rub it in my face even more, Tennessee beat San Diego, the Chargers, Los Angeles Chargers.
And didn't we say that last week too? I was like, there's no way Tennessee goes in there and beats the Chargers.
Well, they were in Tennessee.
Oh yeah, but still, I mean,
I didn't think it was gonna happen.
For real, I'm saying.
But no, I mean, it's a good game. I mean, like I said, it was first overtime of the season. It was 37-31. I said pick the over in that game. Hopefully, people listened. Didn't listen to my pick though, because we both took the Lions on that one.
Where'd it go? 68.
Yeah, it ended up being 68. Over under was like 40. 52. I think 52.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, still take that over because both of these teams are going to score. We knew that. Little bit of a surprise. Colts face the Texans. Colts go in there 31-20, end up winning in Houston. Gardner Minshew comes in for Anthony Richardson, who went out with a concussion. Anthony Richardson had 2 rushing touchdowns in the first quarter.
Yeah, what did I say when we were talking about fantasy? I was like, Richardson will probably most likely run one in, and sure enough, you got 2 of them.
Yeah, and we're seeing it week to week, bro. I really hope that them Titans won. Hey, bro. Hey, man. Dude. Hey, all I'm gonna say is I didn't see it. I didn't think y'all's offense was gonna be able to score that much. But for some reason, even with all the talent that the Chargers have on the defensive side of the ball, they still suck on defense. Still. It baffles me. But yeah, Anthony Richardson, 2 touchdowns. Gardner Minshew comes in, throws 19 of 23, 171 and a touchdown to help close out that game. Zach Moss comes in, 18 carries, 88 yards and a touchdown. Very nice game for him. Nico Collins on the other side. Tannehill definitely bounced back because I was talking shit about him in the first half. I ain't gonna lie, and I normally don't do that. That's a special kind of to allow him to do that. Yeah, I mean, Tannehill really. Oh man, I've always said that he has a top 5 ball placement in the league. I wouldn't say accuracy, but where he throws the ball at is always top 5 in my opinion, at least in the league today.
If they were just able to keep AJ Brown, they could have had D-Hop and AJ Brown this year.
Don't throw that in his face, bro.
Yeah, bro. Oh, listen, think about it. D-Hop, AJ Brown, King Henry.
Well, but you got Ryan Tannehill throwing the ball. No, but it's a good game for the Colts, man. They came out swinging. They didn't really do much in the second half, really too much. But oh, yo, what's up, Devin? What's up? We sitting here talking about the Colts game, and then boy Jordy chiming
Look,
in on our boy Brandon chiming in on the Tennessee game.
look, we was going back and forth on the D Hop situation. Y'all just,
Hey,
I don't know how y'all got him.
verbal against the spread at home. You're right. You're right. Devin did say that. He told me he was like, I don't know, bro. Tennessee, Mike Vrabel at home against the spread, and you're right. They pulled through. I couldn't believe that shit.
I do like Vrabel as a coach, though, bro. I do.
Oh, I mean, of course you would. He's a Patriot.
Well, yeah, but still, even though like, 'cause, like I think he's like coaching like Belichick sometimes, especially when we're playing against each other. He's always like, all right, he's gonna do this, but I'm gonna do this now.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that game a little bit. I mean, Justin Herbert, 27-41, 305, 2 touchdowns. Keenan Allen, coming out party for the season, 8 receptions, 111 yards, 2 touchdowns. Josh, they couldn't get a running game going. We all saw that coming with no Austin Eckler.
Yeah.
They had 61 yards total rushing. That's not that good. But Mike Williams chipped in with eight catches, chess and checkers. You're right, chess and checkers. Mike Williams chimes in with 8 catches and 83 yards. I'll tell you what, man. The Chargers are another team that, for some reason, seem to lose these close games all the time.
Yeah. Now let me actually. So is this now this where Brandon Staley's coaching job is on the job, like on the seat now?
Oh yeah, we talked about that in the offseason. We talked about they're 0-2 to start the year. These people should easily be 2-0. It's not even a question. Just ask against the pass. Yeah, and you definitely saw that. But they all
corners.
Yeah, no Austin Eckler though really, really hurts them in the run game, and then all you got back there is Joshua Kelly to really run the ball for you. You're not really going to get no. But here's the biggest stat, in my opinion, from this game. The Titans were 6-13 on third down. Okay, the Chargers were 2-14 on third down. What? How did you end up scoring 24 points and be 2 of 14 on third down? That is ridiculous. They outrushed that total yards. They had 342, and the Titans had 341. 1 yard over. 1 yard over.
I'll tell you, bro. The Chargers confuse the shit out of me.
They do.
You score all these points. You have all the firepower in the fucking world, but your defense is ass. And it's not necessarily their ass. It's just they can't stay healthy. Both
time of possession was crazy in this game. 36-49 to 208-09.
So you got Joey Bosa, you got Khalil Mack, J.C. Jackson, Asante Samuel, Derwin James. Like those aren't just like your every dudes off the street.
No, that's talent. They have real talent. Khalil Mack over there, even with his old age. Well, on the flip side, though, what a win for the Titans in overtime. I mean, it was a back and forth game, all game. If anybody was watching the game outside of Brandon, it was a great a great game. It was a great game. Sunday Ticket's great, bro. I can just flip through all the games. It's awesome.
I don't have it no more. I like to fuck with Red Zone though.
Yeah, Sunday Tickets. I just flipping through all the games, watching them, and I pay attention close to this one because it was on my ticket.
Right.
And Derrick Henry, 25 carries, 80 yards and a touchdown. Tannehill went 20-24. 20-24? That's like 80%, 85%. That's like close to 85%. Pretty sure it's 80 though. That's ridiculous.
That's wild. 4 incomplete passes. Did he throw a pick?
No picks.
Just overthrows and drops.
That man was on point, bro. I mean, they did run Derrick Henry 25 times, and they ran Tajay Spears 8 times. So I mean, that's 33 carries. They're a running team. They're a running first team, though. We all know that. But for Tannehill to throw 20-24, 246, and a touchdown to chip in, real game manager type shit. So got to give props to Tennessee there.
Ryan Tannehill is really just game manager. check down here and there. He'll take a shot here and there, run the ball. You're straight.
Yeah. All right, we'll talk about this Bucks Bears game. Bears go into Tampa Bay,
Tracy,
27-17. Oh yeah.
Tracy, if you're in here, let it be known.
What's it called? Baker Mayfield. 26-34, 317 in a touchdown. Now this is against Chicago. We take it with a little bit of grain of salt because Chicago's defense is terrible. Justin Fields on the flip side, 16-29, 211 a touchdown, 2 picks. They couldn't get a run game going. Khalil Herbert was their leading rusher with 35 yards. Terrible. DJ Moore did have a good game, 6 catches, 104 yards. On the flip side, Mike Evans, 6 catches, 171 yards, and a touchdown. Welcome to the season, Mike Evans. Ain't nobody surprised we won. I mean, not this week. No, I mean, it's the Bears. Nobody's surprised about that. I had y'all on my ticket as well. Well, yeah, it's a good game. Good game for Baker Mayfield, man. Yep. And we talked about this. We talked about this in the offseason. If he was going to come in there and play good ball and not try to overly do shit and do too much, just get the ball to these guys. That's all you got to do. Mike Evans is still a tank.
So in our league, I'm trying to get Mike Evans, right? Because I need a wide receiver outside of Debo and Keenan Allen.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to make a trade for him, but dude's asking for Mark Andrews and Debo Samuel.
That's asking a little bit too much right there. Debo and Mark Andrews.
Because
that's a little bit too much.
Yeah. See, I mean, I can get if you want Debo, I'll give you Debo. I'll give you Debo.
Color me surprised.
But I mean, I'll trade you Mark Andrews, but it's got to be a decent return.
Yeah, I'm not just gonna give up the number 2 tight end for Mike. I mean, Mike Evans is more of a deep ball guy, especially nowadays.
Yeah, but you don't have Brady and throwing.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I'm not gonna give up Mark Andrews, who's Lamar Jackson's safety blanket. That's his safety blanket.
And then on top of that, Debo.
No. How many years do you think the Bears are off?
I think they're still floating around. They're just kind of low right now,
I think the only reason why they're still kind of low is they want to see where Baker's going to go with this. They're going to give him probably the first 5 weeks, okay? They're going to see what their record is in those first 5 weeks. If their record is pretty high, say they're like 4-1, they're not going to trade Mike Evans. They're going to see what they could do to possibly win a division.
Yeah.
Now, do they do anything in the playoffs? Probably not, but they at least have a chance.
Right.
But at the same time, I mean, you still got the Saints. You still got Atlanta, who's playing good ball. We'll talk about that game next. And now Bucks are 2-0, Saints 2-0, Atlanta's 2-0. Excuse me. I mean, who saw this coming? Pretty much everybody. This schedule is cupcake. Their schedules are cupcake.
Right.
We talked about it. Everybody saw this coming.
Right.
But they're not going to be able to compete with the top teams in the league in the postseason. But speaking of which, Atlanta defends home field 25-24 against Green Bay. I said last week he was going to throw a pick. I thought it was going to be a pick 6. It didn't end up being a pick 6, but there was a pick thrown.
Did you watch that game?
That was the one game I wasn't flipping to because
that was a good game. Hey.
Yeah, on Sunday Ticket, like you can watch like out of market games.
Yeah.
But the games in market you still have to watch on cable television.
Right.
So,
bruh, I'm telling you right now, Bijan left at least 3 people's ankles on the field.
Yeah, I saw a few plays of his.
In one play. That shit was so bad.
Yeah, he's gonna be really good. He's gonna be really good.
He doesn't get hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he had 19 carries, 124 yards. Desmond Ridder, 19-32. Ew. Yeah, it's not crazy good. 237, a touchdown, a pick. Drake London finally does something. 6 catches, 67 yards, and a touchdown. On the flip side, Jordan Love, for some reason he threw 3 touchdowns on 151 yards. I don't drop back 25 times, 14 completions.
Green Bay's defense did not show up in the second half.
You're right. I mean, it was really not even so much the second, as much as the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Atlanta scored 13 points in the fourth quarter, and Green Bay scored nothing. I mean, they ran the ball decent. Both teams. I mean, but Atlanta, 211 yards rushing. What?
Yeah. I'd say
211.
Yeah, the 1-2 combo they have of Bijan and Tyler Algier is something.
I mean, what's this called? Bijan 124, Algier 48. Desmond Ridder even ran for 39 yards, for Christ's sake. I mean, they're running all over. Hey, if they would have scored 30, they would have won this fucking game. I can tell you that much right now. They needed to score 30.
Yep. That's what they need. Yeah. Because they only lost.
And let's not act like they scored 7 points. They still scored 24. I was only one possession off, people.
Right.
But I mean, they needed to score 30 to win this game, apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, they get one more touchdown, they in there. But I mean, it just wasn't meant to be. And then no Aaron Jones did end up hurting them. And I mean, they couldn't really run the ball all too efficiently.
They're really not missing Christian Watson.
They are though. I mean, Jordan Love only had 151 yards. It wasn't like he was slinging the ball over the field without Christian Watson.
Somebody tweeted out saying that Jaden Reed or Jalen Reed?
Jaden Reed, man, I've been high on him since the draft, bro. That kid is good.
He said there's no question about it. He's the number 2.
Yeah, bro. I mean, he had 4 catches for 37 yards, but he had 2 touchdowns. You think Green Bay beats y'all next week? Is that the Saints? I mean, it's possible. Are y'all playing in Lambeau?
Hey, Donnie, you finally got to make one.
I don't know if Dylan didn't do shit. He didn't. 15 carries, 55 yards, to 1 catch out the backfield for 8 yards. That's not gonna cut it when you're trying to reproduce the same production that Aaron Jones had just the week before, you know. So Atlanta snuck by 25-24. You got to give him credit.
Hey,
what's up, Donald?
He's in our sleeper league with us.
Oh, nice. I ended up catching a win this week by 3 points. Let's go.
I got me a win too, so I think I'm 1-1 right now.
Yeah, I had to sit back. I ended up going 4-1 in all my leagues. I don't know what's up with this NFL league. I got really good players, bro. But like the way that they have the point system set up is like, you know, big games you get bonus points, and big plays you get bonus points. So I got Josh Allen in. He gets me 24, 25 points, and then Kirk Cousins has 83 on my bench. Wait, Donald, who got the win? I did or Jared did?
I don't know who I played this week.
I don't pay attention to the names. I just kind of like look at the players.
I'm not sure who I played, but speaking of fantasy, our dynasty league, 2-0.
2-0, number 1 team, number 1 top scoring team.
You did, Jay.
Oh, I did. Oh, okay. Oh, damn. Yeah, that Browns defense kind of screws you at the end. They played well, but if they would have just held those points down, you would have had a much better chance. Miles Sanders got me just enough. Just enough. He didn't do shit, but he got me just enough. But yeah, so but let's move it on. We'll talk about this Chiefs-Jags game a little bit. Well, I thought it was going to be a much better game. Okay, yeah. I had what's his name? Who I had Joe Burrow and who did I have go off in that league? Extra point from the fumble killed me. Yeah. No, I don't disagree with that. But yeah, Kansas City goes into Jacksonville, wins 17-9. It was a pretty good game. I mean, Mahomes 29-41, 305, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Trevor Lawrence, though, he had a bad game. 22 of 41, 216, no touchdowns. No picks, but no touchdowns.
I think he got sacked 4 times. He shit the bed for me this week.
Yeah, he got set. I have. I mean, we have him in one league.
I have him too.
Yeah, we have him in our dynasty league. That's the only league I have him in.
Yeah, I have
They were
him.
both teams were terrible on third down. The Chiefs were 4-13, and the Jaguars was 3-12. Excuse me.
Now I want to. I'm
They,
gonna ask this: it would be enemy being gone. Is that like half of their offense too? Because
I don't, bro. The Chiefs had 12 penalties for 94 yards.
it's wild. Because you think last week they scored 20. This week they scored 17 against Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
Who will they just put up like what 30 plus in the playoffs
They
again?
just hung it on them last playoffs. Yeah.
So I mean, I want is it the enemy or are they just not all clicking right now?
Well, I mean, the Chiefs did have 2 fumbles. They also had an interception. You know what
Travis
I'm saying?
touchdown for us.
Hey, Travis Kelce did get a touchdown. I mean, they turned the ball over 3 times in this game, and they still won. That's how good their defense is playing.
That's wild because that's not a typical Kansas City offense that you see.
It's not. They're making mistakes. Like I said, 12 penalties, 94 yards. They're making mistakes, 3 turnovers. They did win time of possession, which is also something you don't really see too often with them, considering that the objective of the game is to keep Patrick Mahomes on the sideline. You want to hold the ball as long as possible. They went for it on 4th down twice and got it. The Chiefs did. The Jaguars went for it on 4th down twice, missed both times. I don't know. Jags dropped to 1-0, 1-1. Chiefs are now 1-1. There's a plane flying over me. I mean, we'll see. I mean, these are 2 teams that we both expect to see in the postseason.
Yeah.
So it was a good matchup now, but maybe when the Jaguars get more rolling with their offense.
Yeah, they do. They really do.
They do. Yeah, that could be an actual huge component.
It's going to be.
Yeah, because you start double teaming Kelce, like what else? Like who's gonna get open?
Right.
I mean, you could probably run those like bubble screens and stuff like that for these outside guys, but
because Tony has drop issues. Like right now, he caught all 3 to 5 of his passes this week. But I mean, he still has drop issues. Outside of him, you got MVS, who's all right, kind of, I guess.
He had 2 catches for 13 yards. MVS, bro.
It's weird because last year in the playoffs he was killing it in playoffs, and you got Sky Moore, who's a second year.
And he had 3 catches for 70 yards, which means he had a long catch.
Yeah. But I mean, outside of them, they don't have legit pass catchers.
They don't.
I get they drafted Rashid Rice, but I mean, he's a rookie right now. He's not seeing playing time besides that 1 touchdown last year.
To 2 catches for 20 yards this week for Rashid Rice. I mean, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes with Kansas City and the Jags. We'll see them in the playoffs. We don't got to worry about that. All right, next we had the Bills completely demolished the Raiders 38-10. I called this game 31-10, and I'm really pissed at that. I called this game 31-10, and these bitches had to go score 1 more touchdown just to piss me off.
But we knew this was coming, though.
I said Josh Allen was going to carve him up, 31-37, 274, 3 touchdowns. James Cook, this is the biggest part. James Cook, 17 carries for 123 yards. Hallelujah. The Bills get a running game for a week.
For a week, yeah. Remember what you said, a week.
Yeah, for a week. I wasn't going to go have a running game, period. This is 1 week. You got to show me better than that.
We'll see after their bye week if they have a run game still.
Yeah, I mean, we saw this coming, but I'll tell you what, man. You know who's really killing me? You know who's really grinding my gears right now? Josh fucking Jacobs. Bruh, this man has done literally nothing. He's done worse than nothing. He had -2 yards. That is less than nothing.
He didn't do diddly squat, diddly poo.
He didn't do shit last week either.
And then, so I'm probably going to end up benching him this week because he plays Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh has a
Yeah,
good
I'm not leaving him in. Are you kidding me? Not
right,
after
like
the performances I've seen.
right. That's what I'm going off of. Like the past 2 weeks, he really dominated. I can't hear you, Jake. This motherfucker. Yep. I can't hear you. Can you hear me? All right. Yeah. Yeah. We're trying to figure something out, David. It just kind of just like flipped on us real quick. It did this earlier to us, but yeah, dude. Like outside of that game, fantasy wise, me and Jacob right now, 2-0. We've been calling that shit. We so far. Hey. Okay. Okay. Hear me now. Just wait till he gets back. But yeah, our fantasy team's been killing in our dynasty league. We could honestly be going, looking at 5-0 going into like bye weeks and shit like that. And we have Travis Kelsey, who gets a 1.5 bonus every catch. We have Trevor Lawrence, who's kind of shit in the bed for us this week at least, but he plays Houston, so we got a good matchup on that one. We got Joe Mixon, we got the Tyreek and Tua connection, so that helps out a lot, especially when they're putting up 200 yards together. Let's see, who else we have? Oh, we got a lot of rookies. We got Stan Laporta and we got Zay. I think we don't have Zay Flowers. Um, we have Laporta, Xavier Hutchinson, Odell, Cedric Tillman. These are all young players who don't really play right now. So like in a couple of years, hopefully they'll play. But in this league, that we're doing all that. I got my keeper league. Sadly, I just had Nick Chubb go down for the year. That was really unfortunate for me. He hasn't been hurt in his entire career. Uh, then I got Trevor Lawrence, who, like I said, shit for me. JJ's doing great for me. I also got Diggs. Diggs is doing awesome. Uh, I don't think we have defense. I have New England's defense and I have Jake Elliott. So both of those players put up points on me pretty well. Good. Good. Good.
All right, can y'all hear me? Had to go get the backups. You know what I'm saying?
The old
Had to go get the
school.
old school backups. You feel me? Holla at Seguala. Still old. I would be 30 October 6th. Yeah, it'll be my 30th birthday.
Yeah, I don't know.
And guess what I'm going to go do for my 30th birthday? I'm going go-karting, bitch. Be like Mario out in that motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Like the screens like started loading, and then I just couldn't hear you.
My earphones went out. I thought I charged them, but I guess the box was dead and it wasn't charging them.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah.
But anyway, like I was talking about with Buffalo, knowing that they were gonna carve up them. Like I said, we saw this game coming.
Yeah.
There's not really much more to speak on it other than that. But what's that?
Still can't stand Buffalo.
Still can't stand Buffalo.
Can't stand.
I love Buffalo. They gave us. No. We're going to this place in it's called Finish Line. It's like in Gulfport or Biloxi, something like that. I think it's Biloxi.
I think me and Tyler been there.
Yeah, you been there?
I think
it's a dope spot. But yeah, so 49ers, okay, go into Los Angeles to face the Rams. 49ers win 30-23. We kind of saw this coming, but I wanted to talk a little bit about this game because I know you saw what people have been talking about, and Sean Payton kicking the field goal. I mean, not Sean Payton. Sean McVay kicking the field goal with 4 seconds left down by 10, just so they can cover the spread, because the spread was 7.
You know he did that in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
they kicked the field goal. They got the 3, but then that final drive they had to go and score. They went to go kick the field goal and he missed it.
Yeah, that just fucks everybody's ticket, bro. He's such a dick. Like, that's such a dick move. Like, I don't care what you say. Like, you know how many people told me, like, dude, I had San Francisco -7. Dude, I had the Rams +7. And then Sean McVay pulls this bullshit.
They don't give a shit about fantasy or gambling or betting.
They sure as shit don't give a shit about gambling or fantasy. They took what is going on with Cam Akers, bruh? It's pissing me off. I drafted him again this year thinking, oh, well, he's the #1 back. He's going to get a whole bunch of playing time now. Boom, they don't give him shit. He's out week 2, inactive. Not hurt, just inactive.
Thank God we got rid of him during the draft.
Yeah, now they're shopping him around. Like, come on, bruh. It's ridiculous. I mean, Brock Purdy, 17-25, 206. Christian McCaffrey, 20 carries, 116 with a touchdown. Deebo Samuel chimes in with 6 catches and 63 yards. On the flip side, this was the very first comment that we got asked when we loaded up into the podcast tonight. Is Puka Nacua a buy or sell in Dynasty? He's definitely a buy.
Yeah, especially right now with Cooper Kupp being out. Yeah.
And even in Dynasty, because, I mean, how long do you think Cooper Kupp's going to keep dealing with these injuries before they either let him go or he retires?
Yeah, I think in the next 2 years he keeps dealing with it.
And they don't have nobody. This kid is proving himself right now. 15 catches. 15 catches. People don't realize how much 15 catches is, Jared. Jared, what is 15 catches like in the NFL? That's ungodly.
Yeah. That's like catching tennis balls while getting bricks thrown at you.
Bro, 147 yards for the kid. Matt Stafford, though, 2 picks, though. He dropped back 55 times. Ugh, that's a lot of times to drop back for a guy who's 38 years old.
You know, like if I can't stand when quarterbacks drop back like more than 40 times because like you're throwing the ball too damn much.
Way too much, bro. But I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, they still had 89 yards total rushing yards against a team that is really good against the run. They only gave up 1 sack to that defense. That's a win in the offensive on the offensive side of the ball. They both had the same amount of penalties. They held the ball longer than San Francisco did. San Francisco was terrible on 3rd down, 2 of 9. The Rams were 50%, 7-14. They had more total plays. They punted less. It's just that offense is too explosive. They couldn't stop Christian McCaffrey. 159 rushing yards total for them.
And he finally has a full all season under Kyle Shanahan, to learn that offense and everything. And it's just only going to get even better for him.
It's only going to get better. But all right, next game. Let's talk about my team a little bit. How about them Giants, boy, coming back 20 down? And I know it's Arizona, but I don't care because we got our first win of the season. In a game that we were supposed to win. We were down 20-0 going in that. The commentator said it best. I wish I could have been a fly on the wall to see what was said in that locker room at halftime.
Yeah.
Because them dudes came out exploding. First play from scrimmage, 60-yard bomb to Jalen Hyatt. I'm like, where the fuck was this in the last game and a half? Why have y'all not played this kid? And sure enough, Daniel Jones puts it on a dime down deep, which he does often when it's a deep ball. And then they get a couple scores, and then Arizona scores again. And instead of faltering, after Arizona goes down and scores and then scores a 2-point conversion, they come back and score another touchdown off another bomb to Jalen Hyatt, who won a jump ball contested one-on-one catch, high pointed the ball and everything. Why are we not playing this kid, bro? I don't understand it. The dude is a Valentikov winner for a reason.
Yeah.
If nobody knows here, the Valentikov Award is given in college to the best college wide receiver for the season. And he won it last year. And the kid still fell to the third round by whatever reason. I don't understand why. A lot of people say it's because his route running skills weren't up to par. But that's bullshit. You can always work on that.
Yep.
This man has untaught speed that cannot be taught. Impressive ball skills. Pause. He can high point catches. He wins one-on-one contested when he's not even like he's not a 6'4" guy with a frame, you know.
Right. He's just running.
I don't understand why we're not trying more with him. This guy, I get it. You don't want to try too much volume on a guy who's a deep threat. But man, we got to do something, bro, because our offense has been lackluster and then just shot out of a cannon in the second half. And I need to know what the hell happened, because if they play like that every week, that second half, if they play like that every single fucking week, we will be unbeatable. But the problem is the defense needs to step up. Defense has been terrible. Defense has been god awful.
Have y'all used them in like short and intermediate routes, or just?
No, that's what I'm saying, bro. He had no catches last week, and he only had 2 catches this week. This is what I'm saying. He's not getting no kind of looks. They're not even putting him in the game for most routes.
At least try to put him in the slot for right now. Give him one of those.
Just something. Give me something. Give me a little bit of meat off the bone, damn it.
Right.
Like, come on. And then they finally pull it out their ass in the third quarter because they're like, oh, well, we haven't scored a point in a game and a half and we're down by 20. Might as well go try now. I was hot. If Devin, this is right here. If Devin, I was with him on Sunday. If he's still in the chat, he can attest to how mad I was watching that first half, bro. You could see it all in my face. And I was high as shit, and I was still mad because I couldn't believe what I was watching. Yeah, it was like like the deja vu from week 1. Saquon catches it off to the side, gets popped, it bounces in the air, and they catch it for a pick. The only good thing was they didn't bring it back for a touchdown.
Yeah, but y'all did lose him at the cost of that win.
Yeah.
He may play Thursday. Dable said, but I don't think
he's not gonna play. He's not gonna play.
Yeah,
he's not gonna play. They're gonna start Matt Breida and Eric Gray. We'll get a good look at Eric Gray because we have him on our dynasty, which is why I wanted to keep him because they drafted him, and I don't know if we're gonna sign Saquon back next season.
I don't think y'all do, honestly.
You see, like I don't know if we will or not. So I thought it was a good idea drafting a guy who could potentially be a number 1. Bro, I left. I'm serious, bro. I did not want to stay for the rest of the game. I did not want. I was so upset, bro. I also had a Madden game to go play, but still, I had a Madden. I'm in a Madden franchise league, but that's not. He neither here or there. The original reason I left was because I was so upset at the game, bro. I felt like if I kept watching a game go on like that, I would have gotten really mad, and I wasn't at home, so I wasn't gonna do that around other people in their house.
You get. I know how mad when you get when.
Oh man, I was hot. 20-0. Oh man, I was hot.
That's why I texted you last year during the playoff game. I'm like, son, y'all not even relevant in this game. Come on over.
Yeah, I mean Daniel Jones though, 26 of 37. He did have that one pick. I don't really blame that a lot on him, but I mean it's still kind of on him. Kind of.
Darren Waller Baltimore.
Darren Waller had a good game, 6 catches, 76 yards. Daniel Jones ran the ball 9 times, 59 yards. Saquon had 63 yards on 17 carries and a touchdown. Daniel Jones had 2 throwing touchdowns and a running touchdown. He was one of the highest guys in fantasy this week as far as like quarterback scoring. The Cardinals came out firing, bro. Like I said, they went up 20-0 at halftime. Then.
Hey, it'd be like that, bro. It'd be like that.
You should be here watching. Hey, I mean, but y'all weren't really. I mean, the first half was kind of a dud nail biter in the first half of that game on Monday. We'll talk about it here in a second. Yeah, but Josh Dobbs comes out, 228 yards and a touchdown. James Conner was running all over us, man. 106 yards on 23 carries and a touchdown. Joshua Dobbs also ran 41 yards on 3 carries and a touchdown. Marquise Brown caught a touchdown. They had interception. They just kind of fell flat in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter. No points. I mean, we expected this from the team that's going to be the first overall pick in the draft, fighting with the Bears, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I'm going to take this with a grain of salt with the Giants win on this one, because I mean, I'm just happy it was our first win of the season. You got to get the first one out the way.
Right.
We're in a tough stretch though. We're in a very tough stretch these next 3 games.
So,
I know we got to play. And 2 of the games I know we got to play are San Francisco and Miami. I mean, Dobbs isn't bad. I'm not going to say that Dobbs is bad. He's getting his opportunity. I will say that. He's getting his opportunity. And he's looked pretty good, but he has to finish that game out. The defense doesn't have to let up 31 points in the second half, but he's got to finish that game.
Pittsburgh, too. He played for Pittsburgh.
He was drafted by Pittsburgh. And he wasn't bad. He wasn't terrible. They just already had a quarterback.
Yeah.
So, but all right. Like I said, thank you, Giants. First win of the season. Let's talk about this Cowboys game a little bit. Cowboys-Jets. Cowboys defend home field 30-10. Zach Wilson, very, very pedestrian. 12 of 27, 170 yards, a touchdown, and 3 interceptions. The touchdown was a long catch and run from Garrett Wilson. It wasn't like a bomb that he threw.
To be real with you, Garrett Wilson should have had 2 of them things.
Yeah. They ran the ball. Okay, Jared, you ready for this? A total of 16 times.
Who?
The Jets. I want to know what time of possession was. Oh, here's your problem. Time of possession. Cowboys, 42 minutes and 15 seconds to the Jets, 17:45.
The Cowboys had the ball the entire game.
The entire fucking game, bruh. And you want to know why? Because they had 134 rushing yards. They were killing them on the ground.
If you can run you control the clock.
Tony Pollard had 25 carries. Rico Dowdle had 7. Deuce Vaughn had 3. Dak Prescott ran it 6 times. Turpin had 2 runs. They ran the ball a whole bunch, like 40 times.
This is Mike McCarthy calling plays, too.
Dak still threw the ball 38 times. They were just kind of like low pass. And then CeeDee Lamb, 11 catches, 143 yards. Man, my boy Danny should be watching right now because he said he wasn't going to be shit this season. That's a damn lie. I knew CeeDee Lamb was going to be good. And I hate to say that, but I've seen the kid. He's really good. It doesn't matter who you put in front of him.
Yep.
So, I mean, man, if you have Tony Pollard this year, I mean, look at that. 7 catches out the backfield for 37 yards. 7 catches? That's 7 points just off catches alone. That's your touchdown point right there. He didn't have a touchdown, but 7 catches get you one.
And then I seen earlier, I think Cozy had posted this. Something about how what did he say? Because there was a video of Garrett Wilson, beating Trayvon Diggs off the line, and you know what I'm talking about?
I think so. Yeah. I seen it.
Skip to him. Aaron Rodgers, that's a touchdown.
Oh yeah. I mean, dude, the Jets were 1 of 10 on 3rd down. 1 of 10, dog. That is absolutely god awful. Jets got to come. They got to figure out what they're going to do. And Zach Wilson's not the answer, and you're going to waste a year.
Yep.
You're going to waste another year.
And there's still that talk about Kirk Cousins.
What happened there?
Don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you. We like flip screens. I don't know what happened there. That was crazy.
I don't know what's going on with today's.
I feel like you did that on purpose just because you wanted to be on the left.
Yeah. Yep. Honestly, if we could just have it to where we're on top like that, that'd be
Yeah. I mean, but it's easier for people like when it's left right. It's weird. I know it doesn't seem correct, but it really is.
Yeah.
But well, all right. Well, let's move it on to the Sunday night game. Dolphins go into New England, into Foxborough to face the Patriots. Dolphins win 24-17. Tua 21-30, 249, a touchdown and a pick. Raheem Mostert ran all over you. 18 carries, 131 yards and 2 touchdowns, 121 yards and 2 touchdowns, and caused me to lose my motherfucking fantasy this week.
Who?
Raheem Mostert. And then George Pickens comes out. Dude, I was up by like 40 points. And he had Raheem Mostert and George Pickens left. Killed me.
I'd be mad. Like, I even texted you during the game. Like, this game is infuriating.
Bro, like, this dude ran all over 6.7 yards a carry, Jared. Where is y'all's defense?
Worrying about Waddle and Hill?
Man, they had to be. I told you
that's exactly what was going to happen. We were going to have to worry about them. And then if you want to beat us, we're not going to. Y'all beat us, just run the damn ball. Because we wasn't giving up, 200 yards to Tyreek.
And y'all didn't. Tyreek Hill, he had a touchdown, but 5 catches, 40 yards. Jalen Waddle, 4 catches at 86 yards. Not a lot of deep ball passes from Tua that night. They ran all over y'all.
I minus the run game. I want to talk about us real quick. I mainly want to talk about number 6. With our Christian Gonzalez, bro.
Christian Gonzalez with the pick, huh?
He had a showing out game this week. Like, he
led your team in tackles and had a pick.
Yeah, and he's now as a rookie, he's number 3 overall in corners ranked right now. I think from Pro Football Focus.
He's good.
And so
he's good.
He had two plays that stood out to me. In one play, Tyreek ran a crossing route when he was running right in his pocket. Like, he was right in his pocket. Tyreek slipped. He looked for a flag, but he didn't get no flag because he just straight up fell.
Yeah.
And that pick he had, dude. Like, he made athlete on athlete right there.
Yeah. I mean, Hunter Henry threw in a touchdown. Ramondre Stevenson got a touchdown.
Speaking of the Hunter Henry touchdown, it was illegal.
It was illegal. Explain a little bit why that was illegal, Jared.
Because it looked like off rip, it looked like a quarterback run. Like, off rip, it looked like a quarterback run. Hunter Henry was already blocking downfield. There's a certain yardage gap.
That's called the free blocking zone.
Right, but like after that, you can't block downfield, and that's exactly what he did. He got in the end zone, he was blocking, and then Max seen him, pulled up, and just threw a dart right to him, and touchdown.
Yep.
The rest.
Yeah, it should have been called.
It should have been called back. Yeah.
Yeah, it should have been called back. Yeah. That yardage, that imaginary space that you're talking about, or for a couple yards, that's called the free blocking zone. And that type of stuff, like that's when you can block for a little bit and then break off your route, but you can't go downfield and then break off your route blocking. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I want to say they call that illegal man downfield. I'm pretty sure.
Or
either that or illegal touching.
But see, I think illegal touching is just going out of bounds. I mean, the first player to touch the ball, which you can't do that.
Yeah, I think they would call illegal man downfield in that situation. I'll talk to my dad and get a referee's perspective on it.
That's more for
Throw the flag, damn it! Throw the damn flag. I'm tired of them not throwing the flags when they don't throw it, and then they throw it on pussy ass shit like because a dude swiped the quarterback's helmet. It's fucking whack.
You know, it really pissed me off. I actually thought it was hilarious. Belichick challenged that play. I don't know if you've seen that. Did you see when Belichick challenged that play?
Wait.
Right.
He got a little sour puss on his face.
Right in front of the ref. Typical Bill, bro. Just
fucking Bill, bro. Oh my god, he's getting old and salty in his old age. I'm telling you right now.
Hilarious, dude.
He's getting real rude and salty.
It is. It's old age. It is what it is.
I mean, y'all played a pretty good game. I mean, y'all gave up 4 sacks though. Y'all can't allow that.
But
Y'all
see,
can't allow 4 sacks.
it's the thing. We can no longer blame Mac. We can no longer blame Mac.
True.
It is now the
He's playing 31 of 42. It's pretty fucking good.
2 games with multiple touchdowns.
He did have a pick. I will say the 2 games with a pick though. And don't give me that first one wasn't his fault bull crap, because that first one in the first game he threw it too high in a rainy situation.
Yeah, and he made a bad decision on that go ball with Xavier.
Yeah.
He just made a bad throw on that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like he's got that one turnover. I mean, y'all lost by 1 possession. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, those type of things can swing momentum in a game.
In the last 2 games, we lost because of turnovers. Because we're getting in the hole and we're having to fight to dig our way back. And
but the crazy thing is, I mean, y'all lost the turnover battle 2-1.
Yeah.
And y'all lost by 1 possession, a touchdown.
But if you go and look on one of those kneel downs for Tua, it says he fumbled the ball. But
shit.
But we didn't get it. They got it back. But that's why I think Dedrick Wise had said something about it. He was like, "That's why you always hit the center on the QB kneels."
Always.
We seen it.
Always.
Last year with the Minnesota Buffalo game.
Always, bro. All right. Moving on to the first Monday night game that we had. We had the Saints go into Carolina, beat Carolina on their home turf, 20-17. Derek Carr 21-36, 228 in an interception. Taysom Hill had 9 carries for 75 yards. Chris Olave chipped in really well, 6 catches, 86 yards. Raheem Shaheed's playing really well right now, 4 catches, 63 yards. Michael Thomas, 7 catches, 55 yards. A lot of dink and dunk throws, not so much downhill, but they had a few that went kind of long. Tony Jones Jr. 2 touchdowns.
Saints are getting low on running backs, dude.
I mean, the thing is though, they still had 134 rushing yards and outran Carolina.
Yeah, it's by like that Tony dude. I think him and which one to call it? Him and Taysom. Because like you said, Taysom had 75.
Yeah, because Jamal Williams really can't get nothing going. 9 carries for 29 yards, averaging 3.2 yards a carry. That's not that good.
He got hurt. He left the game with.
He did. Oh, he did. I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't.
I was working. I couldn't really see it. Excuse me.
But yeah,
all right.
Came with a hamstring, I think, injury.
Yeah, and then on the flip side, we had Bryce Young, the 22-33, 153 and a touchdown. A lot of short throws, nothing downfield.
That's really all it's going to be for him right now.
Yeah, for right now. Miles Sanders is my saving grace on one of my fantasy leagues. 43 yards, but he tipped in with 3 receptions, so that's 3 points, damn it. I mean, they just don't have nobody. I mean, he threw it to 6 different guys: Adam Thielen, Chuba Hubbard, Jonathan Mingo, Hayden Hurst, DJ Chark, and Miles Sanders. Like, name me somebody out of there that's really like, ooh, we're scared of him.
Right, exactly.
Nobody. There's nobody. The Saints defense was really good though. The total yards for Carolina was 239. They held Carolina to 4 of 14 on 3rd down. 4 sacks on both sides of the ball. Saints gave up 4 sacks and Carolina gave up 4 sacks. Saints 1 time possession. They pushed in the turnover category. The Panthers though did have 6 penalties for 35 yards compared to the Saints penalties, which is 3 for 32 yards. And the Saints ran 74 total plays to the Carolina's 56 total plays, which is a big difference. Saints just under 50% on 3rd down, 7 of 16. It was a good game. I mean, the Saints went up. They were up, I think, like I think they were up like 20-9, and then Carolina went down. They basically gave them a touchdown. You know what I mean?
Right.
Basically gave Carolina a touchdown in a 2-point conversion, and then And then that's another game where the spread was 3, -3 for the Saints, +3 for Carolina. So it was a push. Imagine having that game and that San Francisco game on your ticket.
Did you have that?
Fuck no. I had the Bucks game. I had the Chargers winning, and I had what's it called? I had Detroit money line, Bucks -2.5, Chargers -2.5, Giants money line, Dallas money line. Those 2 overtime games killed me.
Yeah, they probably killed a lot of people.
Yeah. So, but all right. To the last game on our slate, we had the Browns go into Pittsburgh to face the Steelers. Steelers come away with this win. It was not pretty. It was pretty ugly, if we really want to call it something. George Pickens killed me, 4 receptions for 127 yards and a touchdown. Najee Harris, another motherfucking person that is doing nothing for me. And you know what the crazy thing is my running backs in that league are Josh Jacobs and Najee Harris.
Tripping.
I'm pissed, bro. My running backs are doing nothing right now. On the Kenny Pickett, 15 to 30, completing only 50% of his passes. That's pretty bad. 222, a touchdown and a pick. On the flip side, you had Deshaun Watson throw 22 of 40, 235, a touchdown and a pick. Jerome Ford carried 16 carries, 106 yards. Amari Cooper chips in with 7 receptions for 90 yards. Jerome Ford had a reception touchdown. Pierre Strong had a 1-yard touchdown run. It was the Browns, once they lost Nick Chubb, it was pretty much over in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then, TJ Watt, gets the sack and the scoop and score, and fucking the Browns turned the ball over 4 times. Pittsburgh turned the ball over twice as well, but you turned the ball over 4 times and you lost by 4 points.
Yeah, now the talk is, when is Deshaun Watson going to get back to normal?
He's been a liability, bro.
Yeah, and they're paying him, like you said with Russell Wilson, all that money.
But they still outgained him. They had 198 yards rushing as a team.
Yeah.
Like I said, Jerome Ford had 106. Nick Chubb still gave 64 before he went out. Deshaun Watson had 22. Elijah Moore even had a 5-yard carry.
You know what really pisses me off, dude? We have yet to see a Nick Chubb, Deshaun Watson full season with them two, because that could be dangerous.
It could be if Deshaun Watson ever wants to come back from La La Land in Masseuse world.
That's what I'm saying. Like the RPOs with them two would be crucial. Like, because Deshaun Watson can run the ball.
Yeah, Cleveland didn't help their case. 8 penalties for 81 yards. That's tragic. Compared to 5 penalties for 31 yards on the Steelers side. Nick Chubb, like I said, goes out, significant knee injury. They're not discussing exactly what happened with him, but anybody after the Huddle podcast will tell you it's either ACL or MCL, or maybe even both.
I think it's both.
It's probably both if they're not dictating which one it was.
Yeah, because he said it's possible knee dislocation and then some other damage.
Excuse me. Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, it's
our prayers go out to the guy.
He's been and we've been saying it for the longest time. Nick Chubb has been one of the safest fantasy players.
Bro, one of the most workhorse guys in the league. You can almost guarantee him having 75 to 100 yards a game. He is that good. He really is. He's that good, and I'm worried because now this is the second knee injury that he's had to the same knee. It's the same knee that got messed up in college.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can come back the same. I don't know if he can or not. I hope he can. I really do. I hope he finishes his career out some form of fashion other than that shit. But all right, y'all. That was our week 2 recap. Jared.
Yep.
It's time for the one and only Pod Sales Rant.
Okay. And the stuff that I saw this week. All right. I know that this league caters to offense, bro. I really do. I know this league caters to offense. But man, where the fuck is the defense at, bro? Where is the defense? 31 by the Colts, 27 by the Ravens, 37 by the Seahawks, and 31 in the same game by the Lions. 34-28 in the Eagles-Vikings game. 38 by the Bills. 31 by the Giants. 28 by the Cardinals in that same game. 30 by the 49ers. 30 by the Cowboys. 35 against 33 in the Commanders Broncos game. Where is the defense, y'all? Like last week, it was the opposite. We saw a lot of low-scoring games, good offenses that couldn't score, and then this week there was an explosion, and defenses couldn't stop nothing.
Yep.
I just want to know, when are we going to get balanced play out here? I'm tired of these. I have to pick over and unders every week, people. One week I don't want to pick all the overs, and the next week I don't want to pick all the unders.
Right.
But the first week I called a lot of unders. A lot of unders hit. This week I called more overs. More overs hit. Because you could see where this is headed, and you could tell just by the matchups that they had. Just by the matchups. What is 27-24 in a Ravens-Bengals game right now? What's 30-23 in a 49ers-Rams game right now? I mean, hell, even the Steelers, who dropped 7 points against the freaking 49ers in the first week, come back out and drop 26 against the Browns, who held Joe Burrow and the Bengals to basically nothing.
To 3 points.
Like, I mean, this is getting ridiculous. It's hard to pick these games as it is, bro. I need some consistency here, people. I mean, we got to get better defensive games next week. We got to.
Yeah.
Bills Commanders should be a good one. Titans Browns should possibly be a good one. Definitely not the Chargers and Vikings. That's going over. Patriots Jets might be a good low scoring defensive game. Eagles Bucks maybe, doubtful. But I mean, yeah, I need to see more. I need to see more consistency on both sides of the ball. It's really starting to aggravate me.
Right.
But that's
cracking next shift.
Yeah, that was my little rant for the week. Oh, what's up next shift?
Yeah.
Much, just about to finish up here.
Yep. Got our Friday show coming up, our next live show Friday.
Yep. Eagles versus Bucks gonna be interesting.
Eagles fan.
Yeah. No, I mean, it kind of is. I'm the way Baker's been playing. I mean, we'll see. I still think y'all's offense is going to be hard to stop. But what time Friday? I think probably 8:00 Central Time.
Yeah, probably around that time.
Yeah, 8 o'clock Central.
Yeah, most likely that's around that time. You see the notification. I usually put it out a few minutes beforehand, so just look for it next shift. But yeah, we got a Friday show. Hopefully, maybe we can be together on the Friday show. Maybe not.
I got the kids. With me this weekend, so I'll probably be here.
We got to figure out a time to get together on that one.
Their D's playing scary. I mean, it's the Bears. So I mean,
Bears.
Like I said with the Giants game earlier, like, I mean, yeah, they came back and dropped 31, but it's the Cardinals. I mean, I'm happy for the win, but it's the Cardinals. Let's do this against somebody like the Cowboys, instead of getting 40 dropped. Sure. Definitely, man. We'll be tuning in. I'll probably pop in, especially if y'all start before we do.
Yeah, most likely.
But all right, everybody. Appreciate everybody coming in, commenting. Remember to like, share, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff that they do on YouTube. Be sure we'll be here Friday, 8:00 on Friday, to go over the games for week 4. We'll look at some fantasy, talk a little bit more news, see where this injury comes from with Nick Chubb.
Most definitely. We got.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely talk. Jared's always on the email and stuff like that, or it's in Twitter. So if you get in touch with him more, he can always get in touch with me and set it up. We can set it up easily.
Yeah, we did a thing with Swoop Boys not long ago.
Yeah, that was a good show. It was a really, really, really good show. I enjoyed it very much. But all right, like I said, thanks everybody, and we'll see y'all on Friday.
Wow. What? All right. Well, fuck it. I guess something's going on with the thing.
Yeah, something's going on. We're gonna figure it out. We had a lot of technical difficulties tonight.
Yeah. All right, bro.
All right, y'all.